In the morning we headed to Cape Flattery, the furthest point northwest in the contiguous United States. To get to Cape Flattery, you first have to stop at Nia Bay, a town in the Macaw Reservation, to buy permits for access to the Cape Flattery Trail. To get to Nia Bay, you have to take the Strait of Juan de Fuca Highway, a super curvy and fun road with constant ocean views. Across the water, you can even see Canada's Vancouver Island. The day we were there, Nia Bay was unusually empty. We heard there was a meeting of the 5 regional tribes in Port Angeles. Still, we were able to get the permits at the museum and start the hike.
Okay, looks like we made it to the trailhead. Let's see how long of a hike it is to actually get to the viewpoint. Since it ended up being pretty rainy when we got here, we have decided that we're just gonna do this hike in our motocross boots. It's a pretty short hike, just 25 minutes.
Just 25 minutes hiking down and up in these boots.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, the ending is pretty steep. So these are not going to be optimal. And we're already super bulky from having all our motorcycle gear plus rain gear.
You look like the bulkiest bulk with all of this stuff on.
Yeah, walk ahead.
My God.
Look at you.
You're like
Sign this person up for the NFL. Someone tell the Notre Dame that we found their hunchback.
Shut up.
We made it to Cape Flattery, the furthest point northwest. Apparently this is where the Macaw people would take their boats around to hunt for whales and seals. Oh yeah, pretty amazing place. We're on our way to Shishi Beach now, but we took a little stop and I happened to see these blackberries and they're looking perfectly ripe. And since I'm starving, I'm gonna grab as many as I can. Look how fresh these look. Yum. I think Shishi Beach is on the other side of this little peninsula, but that might be a bit far for us to go. Do you want me to go ahead? Watch out with the sand right here. Alright, let's see what this beach has to offer.
Okay, we are here at Suyas Beach, as you see. We were on our way to, where were we going? Shishi Beach, but then we would have to hike the 2.5 miles each way, and we weren't really feeling up to that right now. So instead, we stopped at this beach, which I feel like is probably just as lovely. And we're gonna go check it out with all of the mist coming off the mountains and all this sandiness here. So we're just trekking through with our boots. So can't wait to take all the sand off that later.
Good morning. It was a very rainy night and it looks like it's going to be a very rainy day. We thought our tent was waterproof, but it doesn't seem to work out very well when you put it in the low spot and everything surrounding it ends up flooded. So first thing we're doing today is moving the tent a little bit, and then we're gonna have breakfast and probably head out early to try to get somewhere drier.
I don't think we're hitting anywhere drier. This is just gonna be today wet. And then we thought we were being smart and put our boots underneath the bench right there, and we found that Emiliano's one boot didn't survive the night. So now we're gonna see how much water comes out of it. That one.
Stay dry. This one.
Oh my god. So he's gonna have trench foot by the end of the day, and we might need to find a hotel. Oh, good times.
We left our campground in the morning despite the rain to head to the coast. We made brief stops with folks to see sights from the Twilight movies and a bobcycle camp to set up our tent before heading off to Rialto Beach in search of tide pools. Unfortunately, we'll just have to live with the mistiness for another day. We're back in Olympic National Park on the way to Rialto Beach. This is where I've heard are the best spots to see tide pools. I think the tide will be up higher than the usual 6 feet right now, so we're kind of at high tide, unfortunately. We might not see anything, so we might try to come back super early tomorrow. We still haven't found the tide pools, which is not surprising. Like I said, it's not low tide right now. So we're trying to figure out where they are in case we decide to come tomorrow morning. But for now, we're just walking to the very end of this pile of rocks. So we weren't able to see the tide pools today because the tide was not low enough. So we are currently planning on waking up at 4:45 tomorrow morning because tomorrow's low tide is at
6:20.
6:20.
We have to be there before 6:20 to start to see them.
And we're planning on having to hike for like 45 minutes. So we're not early risers, at least not this early.
I'm not at all.
So we don't actually know if we'll be able to make it, but we're gonna try.
Not only that, but then we've turned the motorcycles on around a whole bunch of other people
Yeah, we feel a little bit bad about that.
at 5 a.m.
Oh well.
It's around 6 and we're almost at 5 minutes.
The first piece of exposed marine life. You've been exposed. I found the littlest starfish right there. Do you see it? So small, so cute.
That's the one you gotta touch. That one that is fully open. Oh, a little hermit crab fell out. This is huge. Look at it contract.
Oh my god, no one wants to be tickled like that.
Successful day of tide pooling.
Okay.
But it's still earlier than 7 a.m.
It's 7
So
a.m.
it's 7 a.m. So we're gonna finally walk through this hole in the wall. And then we might need to go head back and either have a big breakfast or take a nap. We're walking back along the beach now, back to the motorcycle. What are we doing next?
We're gonna go to first and second beach and then get breakfast. We decided to do a quick little hike down to Second Beach. We heard it is beautiful. So we're gonna go down and see how it looks. It's supposed to be super sandy and nice and misty. It's very nice. And a little less busy than the other ones because of the hike down you have to do. It's nice that the mist has gone away because we couldn't see anything earlier. So it's a good view.
Coming down to these beaches has given me a new appreciation for Washington and the Olympic Peninsula. I not seen some parts, but walking out when there's still a bit of haze, seeing the sea stacks and the beach all to yourself, you know, there's a couple other families, but mostly to yourself. Feels really special.